Did it explain it?
But when you're suggesting it's the world, and suggesting a conference schedule that includes places like London, it's places as close as Vancouver next year, pretty ambitious. Who else is on board with you with this? Who, for example, in the UK, is part of the World Society for Cannabis Research?
Well, we haven't tried to make connections there yet. We've just created this with the intent being to work with the rest of the world. And so I can't give you connections in these various communities that are existing currently. I can tell you that right now in California, for example, there's over 400 medical clubs, and there's well over 100,000 medical marijuana users that are signed up down there. And there's many scientists working in the field as well. I can't say they're working with us yet because they don't know about the project yet. Today was, in fact, and is very much meant to start, telling people who we are and what we're doing and including them in it. The scientific community, from what I've understood, is keenly interested in the subject, and they don't work in one pocket or another. The scientific community works on an international basis. So we're not just picking scientists from Canada here, we're going to be working with scientists all over the world. And most of the top scientists in this field, they're not in Canada, they're scientists like Dr. Robert Mellamy down from the University of Colorado, and the United States in particular is a hotbed for this kind of research.
I guess that's my question. Is the society so much in its infancy that those researchers that could potentially lend benefit to the society just haven't come on board yet because they don't know about its existence?
Well, exactly. That's why we're waiting until September to incorporate. So we've got 9 months to go around and inform these scientists and bring them together before this organization is being born. Right now, you could think of it as its conception. It's conceived, it's in its embryonic state. We don't have a board of directors yet. We don't have committees formed. We have a budget, and we have people hired to create this organization. But we don't have an organization yet. I don't want people to think that we have got this society all put together and we know what we're doing. We don't. But what we have decided is that this is the direction we're going to go. And that in 9 months' time from now, we'll have all the scientists together, we'll have a team of editors for our journal. In fact, by that time, we'll have published a kind of preliminary journal of research that's already been published that we just want to use to highlight the direction our journal will be going in. But we still have 9 months before any of that will be in place. So I'm not going to pretend that we're anywhere near that organized. We have 2 scientists that we're working with confirmed at this point. There's 24 more that we're going to be contacting. In fact, today's press conference was videotaped so we can put it on YouTube so that these scientists can see who we are and what we're doing and garner their involvement through the media that starts, again, in this embryonic kind of stages. It's not international yet, but it will be.
The research that you currently have a commitment from, where are they located and what is their field of research?
Okay, Dr. James Guyewitz is a research and analyst, so he's trained in reviewing methodologies done in the laboratory, and he'll be our primary editor of the newsletter because he's able to look at any research in the field and discern whether or not it was done with the best practices and whether or not the results were consistent with other research that was done in the same area. And because he's looked at so many different areas, he's not an expert in one field, he's a research expert, a methodology expert, which is really what we need because we need to have the best and most consistent science possible when we're dealing with public policy in the court of law. Dr. Paul Hornby in Vancouver works with the Green Cross Society of BC, and he is very much involved in direct medical research on products that he and others have designed and they're using at the Green Cross, different products than ours, but he's very much involved in supplying products to people with medical needs, and he's keenly interested in doing research on that will be published with the journal, as well as being involved in the journal and helping with other scientists. Part of the project plans upon using emerging technologies as well. So we will be having many of our committee meetings and scientific meetings in the planning stages available on the internet as well in various chat rooms, which will make it much more accessible to the scientists that we're wanting to work with. So the planning meetings that we announced, initially they won't be online, but we hope to have these planning meetings and through the internet work with the broader international community in that way as well.
If you can, Ted, in a sentence, what's the mandate of the World Society of Cannabis Research?
The mandate is to promote and publish accurate, current scientific information on cannabis and its effects on society.
Awesome. I got nothing else to add.